Now, the main problem in Flint was lead contamination, and it turns out that is a concern across the country. In New Orleans, water flows through lead pipes that were installed 100 years ago. And Manuel Bojorquez is there.
Rachel DePaul says she's done as much as she can to protect her daughters against the dangers of lead, repainting the walls of her 1930s New Orleans home and trying not to track dirt inside.
You want to give her a bite, honey?
But in 2014, tests showed 3-year-old Phoebe had nearly 3 times the level of lead in her blood recommended by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. DePaul had her water and soil tested.
When you can't count on basic infrastructure like water being safe, it's just scary.
Water tests in DePaul's home confirmed the presence of lead, 8.5 parts per billion. That's still below the 15 parts per billion the Environmental Protection Agency considers safe. But scientists like Adrian Katner from Louisiana State University question the numbers.
There is no safe level of lead. The evidence is mounting that there is neurocognitive impacts on a child, behavioral impacts.
The most recent lead testing in New Orleans was in 2014. There are 137,000 water customers. The state requires just 53 homes be tested, and only one was found unsafe. But Katner says in her independent testing, out of 151 sites so far, she's found 12 with unsafe levels.
1,500 miles of water lines.
Cedric Grant is executive director of the city's water board.
We are doing everything we can with one of the most extensive water quality labs in the South.
Grant says the water leaves the plants lead-free, but once it exits city pipes, it may travel through lead pipes to people's homes. After that, the water quality is left up to the homeowner.
I am not responsible for what goes from the meter to them. I'm ready to assist. I'm ready to provide information.
So it falls on the customer.
It's a customer responsibility at that point.
In New Orleans and other cities, corrosion control chemicals are added to the water to try to keep the lead out of homes. And Scott, the EPA is considering a change that would make utilities share the burden with customers of replacing some of the nation's estimated 10 million lead service lines.
Manuel Bojorquez, thank you, Manuel.